Announcing the commencement of the first purge.
I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Just remember all the good the purge does.
Good morning, everyone. It's May 15th, 2018. I'm Eric. I'd like to thank you all for the kind words, high-impact vlogs, Harvey Dent returns, and beta talk, all of you. I appreciate the encouragement. Alright, this is a current events video, and I think shit's about to go down. We know that Jerusalem, or Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem yesterday, or it was moved to Jerusalem yesterday. I don't know that Trump necessarily physically did the moving, but he made it possible. Lots of violence happened, and, well, let's get started. So I'm here at the D.C. clothesline. Shit hit the fan warning. The UN quietly pushes international gun control. And many of you know, the ones that's been with me for a while, that I cover or have covered the UN in detail, along with of course, their intent. So here's some new information on the UN. Man, I forgot my water over there. Let's see. I've been trying to learn how to move things with my mind. Let's see if that works. Fuck! I must need to practice some more. Alright. United Nations International Action Network on Small Arms, or IANSA, is finishing up their Global Week of Action Against Gun Violence. According to IANSA, the goal of the week-long meeting is for us to advocate collectively for an end to illicit trade and misuse of small arms and light weapons. Even though Eric Holder, former Attorney General, and Barack Obama, and a lot of other motherfuckers got caught red-handed running those very same guns to Mexican drug cartels, and Colombian, and so on. We all know what that really means. The United Nations presumes they have the authority over every human being on Earth, and as such, seeks to ban guns from the slaves they want to control. Of course, they aren't going to come right out and just say it. It took liberals decades before they simply admitted what we already knew. They're coming for our guns. And look, I don't want to have to keep beating a dead horse here, but I'm going to beat it until it is a pile of blood and pus on the ground. Okay? Do not give up your weapons under any circumstances. If you're surrounded by guys in body armor that just jumped out of a armor personnel carrier, well, the chances are you're probably going to be dead anyway, so you might as well empty your mag, reload, empty your mag, reload, until you can't anymore. Seriously. According to Town Hall, the week-long initiative took place 1 month before the third review conference RevCon 3 on the UN Program of Action to prevent, combat, and eradicate the illicit trade in small arms and light weapons. In 2005, the UN also adopted the International Tracing Instrument, which is a politically binding instrument requiring states to ensure that weapons are properly marked and that records are kept. Moreover, it provides a framework for cooperation in weapons tracing, fulfilling one of the commitments government made in the program of action. Improving weapons tracing is now part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Anytime you see the word sustainable, it really means it's code word for anti-human. Of course, anyone who has read into the 2030 Agenda understands it's nothing more than a blueprint for the global enslavement of humanity under the boot of elitist corporate masters. Mike Adams with Natural News perfectly translates the 2030 Agenda. Goal 11 perfectly outlines the U.S. need to eliminate guns from the public and put them into the hands of those who will rule, or who will be ruling the masses. For those who aren't entirely sure what's in the UN's 2030 agenda, please click here for Adam's simple and complete breakdown of the goals. Goal 11, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Translation. Ban all gun ownership by private citizens, concentrating guns into the hands of obedient government enforcers who rule over an unarmed, enslaved class of impoverished workers, criminalize living in most rural areas by instituting Hunger Games-style protected areas which the government will claim are owned by the people even though no people are allowed to live there. Let me stop right there. You might recall yesterday my video about them owning you. This is part of that. Remember, I talked about property and how they want to take everything, how you don't own anything. This is the reason. This settlement area is because this area is already owed to a creditor. So, force all humans into densely packed, lightly or tightly controlled cities where they are under 24-hour, 7-day a week, 24-hour, 7-day a week surveillance and subject to easy manipulation by government. The IANSA group listed their goals on their website, saying they want to urge governments to: number 1, exert greater control over ammunition, the component that makes guns lethal. Make concrete commitments to increase women's participation in small arms control. Provide greater support for survivors of gun violence. Crack down on corruption that facilitates the illicit trade in small arms and ammunition. And act or strengthen legislation to disarm domestic violence abusers, which they already have these. They will also attempt to continue to use the mainstream media's anti-gun propaganda campaign to program the minds of the public into willingly disarming in order to accept their slavery. The propaganda campaign, similar to that of all totalitarian regimes, is stated as: and gouging media outlets to ensure gun control and disarmament remain a priority in your country, linking it with the upcoming RevCon 3. There is nothing to thumb one's nose at, yet it is important to remember that those in power are few and the rest are many. The more eyes that can be opened to the horrific future we will all suffer at the hands of the global elitists can be changed if we stick together and declare our freedom as ours, and no one can take away our basic fundamental human rights. So, the UN is at it again, and, well, we need to be ready for these people. Keep in mind that everywhere the UN goes, they rape, murder, kill, steal children, sell them into human trafficking, and God only knows what happens to them after that. So, and of course, we have many UN peacekeepers already stationed in this country. We already have thousands of their vehicles and armored personnel carriers. We already have their prison trains. We already have a lot of stuff in place to confiscate and kill American citizens. And if you think Donald Trump is going to save you, he's not. He's going to help them. Why do I say that? Well, he is a Rothschild puppet. He is a Rothschild puppet, and my proof of that is in the move to Jerusalem. So, and by the way, I have many video clips of Donald Trump talking inappropriately about his own daughter. So, he's not what you think he is. He is a Trojan horse. He was meant to be a Trojan horse, and he's going to do the job of a Trojan horse. I told you all. He is no different than the rest. So, I hope you all have a good day. If I see anything else, I will talk about it. Of course, I will see something else, so you can be assured you'll hear from me again. Been up since 3 o'clock, went to bed at 11. Like I said yesterday, always on the edge of sleep deprivation. Till next time, kill the state before it kills you.